Welcome back. In the last video, we saw how to use pip to install packages. In this video, we're going to take a look at how to find packages that we want to install. We've talked about installing packages from the Python package index. But what if we don't have a specific package we need to install? What if we just need a library to help us get the job done, but don't know which specific one we need? Well, as the name implies, the Python package index is actually index of packages, which classifies them according to a number of parameters. We could search the available packages in a number of ways. The index is conveniently hosted at pypy.python.org. Perhaps the most useful way of accessing the index is to simply type keywords into the search box and see what it spits out. If we ask it to search for Asyncio, we get back a collection of package names that have something to do with Asyncio. The names are, of course, links to each package's detailed description on the index, which we can use to decide which package best suits our needs. There's another way of accessing the index that is often nearly as useful as keyword searching and sometimes even more useful. The Python package index supports browsing through its index of packages by category. You start browsing by clicking the browse link in the menu, which brings you to this list of different categories. From here, you could select one or more categories by clicking on them and be shown a list of the packages that fall into all of your selected categories if the list is short enough to be useful. If you don't get a list of packages, it's because the list would be so long that it wouldn't do you any good, and you should select more categories to narrow it down. If a category disappears from the list while you're selecting, that means that there are no packages that are in all of your selected categories, and in that one as well. Of particular note here are the natural language categories. Python is not only written in English, and not only used by people who prefer that language. Some packages have good support for other languages, and this list is a good way to find them, whereas keyword searching might not pick up on that kind of detail. If we don't want to fire up our browser to go searching through the index, we can also do it from the command line through pip. This command performs the same search that we did earlier through the web interface. Doing it this way is often faster, but as you can see, it only provides us with a name and a brief description of each package. This is perfect for getting a quick reminder about what a package is named, but not so good for more in-depth research. Finally, a quick note about legalities and licenses. The vast majority of packages in the Python package index are under open source licenses, as certified by the Open Source Institute. That means, basically, that they can be freely used and distributed as part of other open source projects. In most cases, the licenses are more liberal than that, allowing us to use the software as part of our projects, even if we don't open source our own code. Most does not mean all, however. Some of the packages are not under OSI certified licenses, and some of the OSI licensed packages are not usable in closed source projects. If you're going to be distributing your software, take a moment to make sure the licenses line up with your goals. So, now we have a pretty good idea of how to find third-party code to help us move our projects along using the Python package index. In this section as a whole, we have learned how to install Python and get ourselves to a place where we can begin working on real code. In the next section, we'll work through the steps to create and work with our own Python code packages. Code packages.